morning. My name is Charles Wagner. I am the founder of Gramazon.com. It is Wednesday, January 24th, 2024. This is episode 9 in our testimony sharing series. Today I want to talk about anonymous testimonies. I know there are people out there who have been through horrific things in their life. Perhaps they've been through severe abuse. They've been assaulted. Perhaps they have done things that they are really ashamed of. And the last thing they want to do is share their testimony with other people. It would be humiliating. It would be embarrassing. And perhaps it's even life-changing, letting other people know about this. So I can understand the hesitancy for people who have experienced such things to share their testimony. First, the thing I want to say is my heart goes out to you. May God bless you. May God bring you full healing. May God take away this deep hurt from you and give you the peace and joy that you are looking for. I also understand that your testimony might include specific people that victimized you. Let's say it was a parent that victimized you and that parent's still alive. So you don't necessarily want to bring any bad reputation upon your loved one or the person that did something to you. So you're hesitant to share your testimony. I also understand that perhaps your own loved ones don't know what you went through. And by sharing your testimony, you're disclosing to them things that you've hidden from them. And there's a whole lot of dynamics with that, a whole lot of intricate feelings and all kinds of things that would have to be navigated. I understand your hesitancy. And I also understand that if you happen to be in a witness protection program, that you are a victim of a serious crime and that your perpetrator is still out there somewhere, I also understand your desire to not share your testimony. If your only reason for not sharing your testimony is you have some fear that has no basis, then I encourage you to go in prayer before the Lord and ask Him to give you courage. Because there are people out there who are going through the kind of horrific things that you went through, and they need to see that there's somebody out there who not only can talk into their story, talk into their problem, they've been there, done that, and God has delivered them through it, but they need to know that the person is not afraid to share that their face and their voice comes with they're saying, yes, I was through this horrific time, but here I am. God has delivered me. God has healed me. I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. That Jesus can rescue us, those of us who have been through this, just like He rescues everybody else. And look, I am the face of those who God has delivered. I am not ashamed. I have courage and I have confidence to let the world know that even in these worst of circumstances, God can deliver. But let's say through all of that, you're still not ready to share your testimony publicly. You want to share your testimony, but you're not comfortable at all putting your name and your face and your voice associated with it. So what alternatives are there? Well, first of all, you can do a purely written testimony and be anonymous, right? So find a place where you can share your testimony. Perhaps it's a Sunday school class, perhaps it's a conference, a seminar, perhaps it's a website somewhere, perhaps it's a book, somebody gathering testimonies where you can literally be anonymous. So you can share your testimony and nobody will ever know that it's you except for the person that is gathering these testimonies. A second option for you is to have somebody else record your testimony. So you can use a voice actor. So sure, think of those ideas, but I would also ask you to do this. Perhaps for you, the best place for you to share your testimony is by volunteering to be with those people who have been through what you've been through. Let's say you've been through a domestic abuse situation. Well, your testimony will be well received in a domestic abuse shelter, a women's shelter. If you've been through divorce, then you can share your testimony at divorce care. If you've grown up a foster child, then you can share your testimony with a foster care ministry. If you were in prison at one time, you go share your testimony in a prison. If you have been through drug addiction before, you can go share your testimony at a rehab place. So you do not need to share your testimony publicly, but you can share it with specifically those who are going through what you went through before. And they are going to be very appreciative of the fact that you were willing to share how Jesus Christ rescued you from the very same thing that they're going through. God bless.